And everybody's here, David. All three coaches, trading dogs, cats,
Whole
menagerie.
9 yards. If it sounds like I'm in the back of the bus, it's because they put me in the back of the bus, David.
From the Liberty Trade. Like you ever see the church buses?
And
Like
believe
some of
me,
those
it's a
old
short
ones?
bus.
Yeah,
It's definitely a short bus.
it's a short haul. Actually, more like a cab, like cash cab. It's about it. Yeah,
It's kind of like the cash cab.
yeah. It's like a big cab. We're trying to determine what the difference is between an exponential moving average
One is yellow and the other is blue.
and a simple.
Like what? Why? Why would you want to use pause everywhere in more recent time period versus? Well, what if it's not a time period? What if it's a 133 chart, Nick?
Mm.
The 133 chart is independent of time itself.
Mm. It's like Einstein would have said that, right? Time and
Time does not exist.
I think time said. Did he say time is money? No,
Something
no. I
like
think
time is
it
nothing
was
more
Gecko.
than an illusion.
Gecko. Einstein. This is like a radio show here. I feel it's more like Imus or
There we
something.
go. More recent bars.
And we have a real radio announcer here.
We do.
Yeah, Coach Brian has done this.
Done it for years.
Wow, that's the only thing I haven't done.
More weight on recent bars. And guys, I know most of you guys know this, but there's a lot of people that really don't know the difference between an exponential and a simple moving average. But here's a better question, guys. Why would you want to use an exponential moving average as opposed to a simple moving average? What would be the benefit or even the detriment? What case would you want to use a simple moving average as opposed to a exponential moving average? Bum, bum, bum. There's a question of the day. Why would you want to use a simple versus an exponential or vice versa?
And guys, you can answer this simply. Don't go into mathematics.
Yeah.
Just say, hey.
What's the situation? Why would you want to use a simple versus exponential or vice versa? It's a good question.
Be
While we're
creative.
trailing this long.
Be creative. Come up with your own. And it doesn't matter. Maybe you'll come up with a new. I'd never have known that.
Well, we will do nothing until you guys give us some answers.
Yeah. This is appropriate. It's not like school, you study George Washington's White Horse. Who cares? It's not related to your job. Guys, I would be flat if you were long right now. And now you would have a counter trend scenario, right? You see that at 419? Yep. Now here you have a resistance area to trade against, which is what? 433, right? I'm going to refresh the screen for a minute. By the way, if everybody's wondering, when's the market going to get more active? It probably is not.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. This also is a counter trend short, but as you can see, the market peaked out first, and now you've got selling, right? Is your first target. By the way, guys, I still used a volatility of 145. It's probably, I mean, could come close to that, but I doubt it. I think maybe 70 or 80 points. You'll be happy with that kind of volatility today.
Are some people still trailing the long?
Anybody still long?
Still trailing that long? Anybody? I mean, point I'm making is you don't have to jump out of the long just because short trade was called.
Right.
I think the lease says that. Nope, everybody's still trailing long.
Everybody practicing today? Good time to ask questions. It's always a good time to ask questions. Hey, there's Robert. Hey, good morning, Robert.
Chip.
You have a good weekend?
You okay, Robert? Sleeping in?
Yeah. Wow.
That's strange.
Must have COVID.
Ship.
Shemp. I never liked Shemp that much. I don't know. I thought he looked like a car salesman that I knew.
He was way too refined for this.
Yeah.
He was way too refined.
Curly. I mean, I loved Curly. Curly was the epitome of the Stooges, I thought. My brother threw eggs at the real Three Stooges, and they left the.
What was that?
That's good. Blame Coach Hugo on that one. I did.
It's Larry. Larry.
Obviously, guys, we have an inside day, right? On the daily chart. Daily chart's still in an uptrend, obviously. Right? Look at that. And this is inside Friday's range. It's actually a little below Thursday's range, too.
What was the price you called that first long at, Coach?
First long, when did we do that one? Right off of that. Yeah, I'll tell you in a second here. Right. You can look at this guy's here at 8:30. Oh, that was PM. That was last night. Finished that one. See, last night we bought it at 456. Went long at 456, way above where it is. And 451. Actually, that was the only cash trade I did was last night. Went long at 451. And then this morning, 7:44, we went long at 357 and 352. So right when this bottomed, you guys who were there this morning when we called that trade was long at what? 350, between 352 and 357. So right here. Now, for later, if this thing dropped below 352, I would short it. It would break this trend line. There's a trend line. I know you can't see it unless you draw it. But we'll draw it for you. I can't use the hotkey for this because I have other hotkeys for Excel. There's your trend line, believe it or not. If later on it gets a little more active and breaks that trend line, just because we put it up now doesn't mean it can't happen. As far as the market right now, it's probably where it should be, unchanged from Friday.
I don't know why. I did press the function.
And this was a valid breakout long here too, as well, right here.
That's the one I took.
Yep.
That's why I'm still trailing behind you guys.
And I'm going by the 15 range here. So that's why I took the sell signal.
Let's see, Coach. Off the 200 simple moving average. Not sure if I'd count that a first touch rule, but
Yeah.
you could totally look at it as a flag entry starter. If you really are super bullish, I think we start looking back now at like You think about who's trading today. You got a bunch of people like us trading. They're looking at support, resistance. They're looking at all the same crap we're looking at. We're not fighting a bunch of institutions today, guys. So you got to understand that we are playing against the newbies and a lot of people who are professional traders. Not a lot of institutional involvement today. So understand they're all looking at the same thing. You go back and look at the 15-minute chart, and we're still right around that little area of resistance. There's a candle at 2 a.m. or indecision candle that kind of says we've got resistance in that area. So it did bounce right off of it. So again, if you're extremely bullish, wait for an actual first touch roll at the 89. I would wait for the momentum to cross starter, but I think we've got a lot of things to look at here. I wouldn't just jump in long.
Use the stochastics.
Yeah. Use stochastics. Simple enough.
This one will update more. Right now, this is really slow. I mean, this thing is just dragging on, but just wait. Just say to yourself, when this goes to 20 and hooks up, I'll go long. That's why I'm taking the short now. I'm trading the stochastics to test it out.
Well, this should work today. That's what all the retail traders are bound today.
Right.
Retail traders are trading technicals.
And just for a disclaimer right now, guys, I am not trading cash. Okay. No cash for me, probably all day. And that's me personally.
Manibs, again, we're not, so we went through this a little earlier. So your 15 range chart should be a measuring stick.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably the last stochastic you're looking at. Does that make sense, Manib? So your 15 range chart's almost like a measuring stick to let you know that 16 ticks have arrived.
True.
Let me know that makes sense, Manibs.
Now, all your indicators like Stokastic and all that we use that say overbought, they are overbought. So again, if you're an overbought fan, you're looking for the market to go down.
Starter, do it in micros. Do it in micros, Starter.
Yep.
Do it in micros.
A prop account evaluation. What is that? What does that mean?
Same thing as
okay.
firms that give you money.
Okay. Gotcha. And once you reach a certain target, they, I don't know, credit your account, I guess. Or so.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
You have to take like a trade.
Yeah. My next target on my little short experiment is 406.
This was the area we talked about it, guys. Right after, this was the area that Coach and I talked about. That would be the real resistance area if the first spot we spotted would not be.
Yep. I'll fund your account. Give me $100 a month, and if you make $1 million, I'll give you half. If you don't, I'll keep the money you give me every month. I should do that. Go like to homeless people. Give me all your money. I'll give you half of what you give me.
Give me all your money. Pay me every
Isn't
month.
that like called an armed robbery?
Pay me $100 every month.
And I'll give you 50. I promise you. 50% return you'll get back on your money. There are some people like I like that.
I found this place that actually charged people for the education. They would charge them for the education, and then they would say, "You could get up to $100,000 of my money to trade with." And then after the person spent $11,000,
They go bankrupt.
they'd start him with a $5,000 account.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, you just paid them 11 grand.
It's your own money.
You your 5,000
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. Go to your bank. If you think it's a good deal, see if your bank would accept that deal. All right. By the way, if anyone's looking for the ticks to work, it's not
Not gonna work today.
I don't know if I can
ticks are
even
gonna
look
work
at it.
today. No ticks are gonna work.
I'm waiting though. I'm watching the first tick chart.
It's gonna open.
Tick, tick. No boom today.
I think it's at negative 257.
Yeah. Here's my other question for you, Sartor. Would you loan a newbie money to day trade? Okay, there you go. But it must be good. You know what it's like? Remember the movie Dumb and Dumber when they open up the briefcase and the guy had like, $1 million and he goes, What happened to my money? He goes, Sir, that's an IOU. It's better than money. He had that tooth missing. The tooth was the whole thing that made, I think, it funny. I don't know which one was Harry or Lloyd, but that was a great movie. I can't watch a Jeff Daniels no matter what. He could play in a movie where he's playing a guy dying of cancer and I'd still start laughing. It's like he typecast himself so much in that movie that I'll start cracking up. I've got cancer and I've got a month to live. And I'm like, oh my God, he's got cancer. That is funny.
Just back here doing some shoulder work.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think I tried. I did 10 pounds yesterday on shoulders. No. These are what, 20?
20 plus the bar is probably
Yeah, like 3.
maybe 5, so it's like 25 pounds.
Nothing to try the left hand.
25 pounds.
So you already put some
Don't
pressure on me.
Yeah. I'm gonna break something.
Yeah.
It's not you, my
It feels like the spine, but you know what? It's got to be healed. The doctor said you can't hurt it unless you like fall from a window or something like that. But I just have no more strength in here, from. But curls, I still can do. Should be able to.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I'm trying the calves. It's almost.
I can tell it's got some more.
Yeah, there's a little
more
bit of
definition.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is scary. More definition.
See, there's a little. I know it's weird, but there's response.
It's like they keep saying. What is it? Also, we have to think it. Oh. 25 pounds.
He got paid and Kerry got $7 million for Dumb and Dumber and $50,000. That I didn't know that.
Hey guys, those of you still in that long trade, listen for stops up now. Anybody still following me on the long trade?
I think I'm going to do a cash long trade.
I'm
tempted.
We are at. Which we're going to use 405 now, guys.
405 stop.
Is the stop on the long trade. 405 is a stop. Those of you that showed up late, sorry you're not in long with us. By the way, Sarda, did you take the flag entry? Who was it that asked about the entry? Who took the flag? Who's trying to get in flag entry? Monique. Did you take her? Who was it? Chad. Sarda, you got the flag entry?
Mm-hmm.
Try to get you in it, Sarda, I think. Hello?
I'm in cash right now on long. Way late.
Hello.
Yeah.
Guys, answer me. Is there nobody in it? Denise, you're following the short, the stops, right? Just Denise is taking a nap while she's making money.
Next target here would be like 444. Which was, let's see, what's the high on Friday?
And just keep in mind the ticks are still negative 25, negative 257.
Yeah, from Friday, yeah. We could go back up to 450, which is where we went long overnight. Let's see. The high was 464. what you normally would do, VA? Good question. How do you really enter a trade that's, let's say, didn't give you an ideal setup? Yeah, exactly. I was going to say you wait until one of your preferred methods presents itself. So right now, I'd ask you, let's say you've been trading well, which setup is most profitable for you? So you'd have to first answer that. First touch rule, stochastic, buy stop, which one? 16 tick. Okay, then there you go. Wait for the 16 tick. But wouldn't you screen out the 16 tick with an oversold stochastic?
Guys, if you really need to get in, look at the bar that coach is literally pointing at.
Yeah,
on
the pullback area.
range.
Right.
You treat that as a 16 tick rule trade.
Yep.
Sorry.
No, it's perfect.
That's. I mean, that's because you look at the wick on that 15 range bar that the blue arrow is pointing at, VA. You up the time with his? I just want to make sure he's falling all the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sees it. Yep.
You see it? So you treat that like a 16 tick rule trade. So as soon as the next bar paints, show him with the arrow.
Right here.
As soon as that next bar,
well, like this one here.
As soon as that next bar paints above, that's
right.
Treat it like a 16 tick rule trade.
Right.
And that's how you re-enter. Yeah. Enter when it's ripping.
So to me, the best method, right, is to combine what we call confluence. So if you had to describe how you want to do a trade, VA, forget the numbers, what would you say your methodology is? And guys, I hope you have the notes on this. Trade with the trend on a bigger time frame against the trend on a smaller time frame. Okay?
Hey.
Does that summarize it? Okay? So, let's say 15-minute trend in an uptrend. Wait until the 1-minute trend goes down, and then when that reverses. Right. Well, Monibs, do you hear what I'm saying? It won't stop you out if you wait for the pullback, right, Monibs? In other words, at the end of a downtrend, you go long. Do you hear that? At the end of a downtrend, do you see a downtrend right now in anything? Right. So wait for one of these charts. We said they're all important. So how about taking, now you're not going to get much volatility in the 133 tick. So this is the one that you should follow today. When you see this 2-minute chart come down here and then hook up is your signal. Does that make sense? That's it. So you wait. And then when you see that signal, you go long, like right here. Here's where your signal is, right there.
And let's commend VA for that as well. Good for asking the question, VA, to learn and understand, but also good enough for yourself to realize, hey, look, I'm not experienced enough to take that trade, so I'll wait for the setup that I'm experienced enough to take. Same for Monibs, same for everybody other guys. If you're not experienced enough to know how to enter on a flag or know how to enter with a, what we call it, a failed sell signal, then wait for your setup. And good job, VA. That's fantastic. I like that a lot.
The answer to your question, Sartor, is the one that is most responsive right now. So you tell me which is the most responsive one. Or how about all three of them? How about which one makes you the most money? You see, you first have to do the trades. You're asking me to predict what is making you the most money. The 133, then great. That's what you should be waiting for. The stochastic on the 133 to hit what number? I'll ask you, what number does it have to hit? That's why the only trade that I would take, if I were in cash right now, the only trades that I would take would be shorts. Why? Because they're all overbought. I don't enter long trades on overbought conditions. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, so some people will only take a trade if all stochastics are confluence.
I pretend I'm handcuffed. I could have the whole world going long, and I say, nope, not for me. I'll fool around and go short. I'd rather go short on a simulator than go long in cash. Because if this were a downtrend, all the shorts would be working right now. Why? Because it's overbought. You have to accept that in the market. If you really trade cash right now and you're going long at the peak of this before it turns down, you are a gambleraholic. You've got to wait until your setup occurs, which means in our system, maybe the Humpty Dumpty room teaches you, yeah, wait till the market goes up 150 points, then go long. We're saying, like, when the market is down and it breaks out. So here is what Coach is we're all trying to explain. Take rid of the arrow. Market's coming down here, right? See the stochastic? Now, it's very slow, so you're not going to get much out of this thing. When it hooks up here, you can go long on the 15 range buy signal right there, or the breakout of the recent high. Those are the two trades. Would you go long up here or long? No, you'd go short. But don't go short if it's against the trend. So that's what we're trying to help you explain. Does that make sense now? In other words, what we have to say, yeah, as David's saying, have your plan. And to me, the simplest plan is trade with the trend.
Expired. Huh? The license expired on her computer.
I thought you translated.
No. I was,
Okay,
but she said, "Oh, it's not working." So I
Your next area of support is 405. So far, guys, the 405 is holding.
Yep. Denise got out.
Denise, you're out.
Kamisha is still in with us. Kamisha at 405. Keep that stop until this little retracement finishes up, and let's move it up. You think about it, like this guy. I mean, we've locked in. 405's got 48 ticks locked in.
Yeah.
48 ticks locked in, guys. Keep it at 405. When it moves up, we will move it up.
I mean, it's trading like it does overnight, if you think about it, right? I mean, slow. Look at the average true range.
0.
7.
3.5.
Now, for those who are dyed-in-the-wool M fans, yes, 404 would be an M trade. And the point is, we don't know. You know, right now, you're not. There's no institution, like Coach said. There's no institutional activity. It's just market is snaking its way around, having fun. Inside day.
Today's a great day to eat some newbie pie, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
I mean,
Don't become a newbie. Eat one.
Yeah, I mean, we have 48 ticks locked in on our first and only trade call of the day.
Third call, actually.
Third call. Well, third
Yeah.
will be. I mean, those of you that are hanging in long, it's the only call, right? The first call.
Yeah.
The one call?
Yeah. Well, and the second, that was a legitimate breakout
Yeah, that was good.
for those who came in
Oh
later.
yeah, the breakout call. Sorry
Yeah.
about that, Coach.
Yeah.
Technically third call of the day. And your shorts working.
Everything. Well, no, the other one lost 23 points.
Oh,
My short
the
trade.
experiment one.
Yeah. Hey, it was based on a 15 range bar.
It did look good.
Yep.
It did look good.
Look at these points. All I'm saying, guys, is when you have a market that looked like at that time, right? This looks like it's going down. So it's a retracement, right? Looks like it's going to make a new low. Look at that, right? Looks like this one's working. So people would short anywhere in this area. Their stop, if they're wrong, would be above 351, right? Oh, look at that. For a second, you're looking great. The next thing you know, it doesn't look great anymore. The longs take over. That's all it is. It's following the market and who's losing money at that moment. And then the buy signal. And actually, somebody could have, if Tex Bob were here, Tex Bob's not here, right? Could have made money on both of them. If you're a short-term scalper, you can make money. No Tex today. Oh, he is. There he is. He is here.
Hey.
All right. If you know how to trade short-term, guys, you can make money on that. But until you do, make life easier for yourself. Just trade with the trend. There we go. I predict the market's going to go two directions today, longs and shorts. It's going to stay in a trading range. I think M's can work, W's can work. However, don't trade after the trade is obvious. You have to anticipate where reversals will occur. Right now, I do have a sell stop at 404 to go short, 404. Not because the trend is there, but because newbies wouldn't be able to stand a breakdown. That those who went long at 440 would have a 40-point loss, right? How many newbies want to stand in a market that goes against them by 40 points? So the longs will make money, the shorts will make money. The only one's going to make a loss is somebody who doesn't know what's happening or wants to trade heavy on a day like today. Hard to make money when you have a 7-point average true range.
Good morning, everyone. Paulina here. Welcome to Liberty Trading Club. If you enjoyed our live stream this morning, please visit us live in the trade room at libertytradingclub.com. You can enjoy a free 3-day trial with us and have access to our live trade calls, as well as participation in chat to have questions answered by a coach. After your first free 3 days, it's just $99 a month for trade room access. Please like, subscribe, and share.